Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kensthetic, and today I wanted to show you guys how my sister achieved this quick and easy halo braid on my hair for my birthday hairstyle. So she started off by detangling my hair from ends to roots, of course, to make sure that there were no tangles in my hair, and this just makes it easier when it's time to braid the hair instead of her, stopping to detangle each and every time. And also, before we got into this whole hairstyle, my hair was already blow dried because previous to this I did have in wig braids, and whenever I braid my hair I like for it to be in a stretch state just so things could lay flat. So definitely before you start off with this halo braid, you want to make sure that your hair is blow dried or stretched out. Okay, so now we're about to start prepping the braiding hair. So I got a color 1B and 33, which are combined in this packet, and then I got a color 31. And as you guys can see, majority of my hair is similar to the color 31, but I just wanted to mix it up to give my braid more dimension. And I got these braiding hairs from my local beauty supply store, and they're about $5 per packet, so not expensive at all. And I just wanted to note that we did not use the whole packet of each color. We used about 1/4 of the color 33 and about half of the color 31 and about half of the color 1B. So now she's just parting my hair in the back with the vertical part so that she can start braiding in the back. When you start braiding in the back, it makes it easier to hide the beginning and the end of the braid. So now she's just clipping my hair to the side so that she can make this part in the middle. This middle part is basically what you're going to see when you look at the finished halo braid. So now she went ahead and she separated the hair out, and she's going to start braiding my hair. So the way she separated the hair was just by color, and as she's going along the braid, she's just going to add a hair color. So she started with the color 31, and then she added in the 1B, and then she's going to go ahead and add in the 33. And this is the same pattern that she followed going around my whole head. So I just wanted to quickly provide you guys with the inspiration for doing a halo braid for my birthday hairstyle. I feel like most of the time when people hear like birthday hairstyles or people are thinking of birthday hairstyles, a lot of people just automatically gravitate towards, a weave, a wig, colored hair. And honestly, I wanted something that I wouldn't have to touch my hair during the rest of my trip. I wanted it to be quick because I did have a wig in for the previous part of my trip because we were, in and out of water, and I didn't want to have braiding hair in water. I also didn't have 8 hours to sit there to get box braids, which is what I really wanted. So I definitely wanted a braided style, something that was quick and easy and something that can last me for the rest of my trip. So that is why I basically decided to do a halo braid. And y'all, it came out so popping. Like, I was so hyped because this was my first time ever doing a halo braid in my hair. And the amounts of compliments that I got, I honestly felt like Beyonce. So Kim did her thing. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow her on Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and put her Instagram handle on the screen. Shameless plug. But yeah, she is popping. And as she was braiding the front of my hair, she did leave out my sideburns with this little braid twist thingy-majingy, just so we could spice it up a little on the sides. Also, I wanted to note that it took us about 15 minutes to do this whole hairstyle, and it ended up lasting me 4 days. And as the braid is coming together, I hope you guys can see the dimension that I was speaking of when I mentioned why I decided to mix the 1B, the 31, and the 33. If I would have just done like 33 or 1B or just 31 and the 1B, I just felt like it would have been flat. The 33 added more, pop to the braid, so that's the reason why I did that. And as you guys can see in the middle of my hair, it is laying flat, which is the result of me blowing out my hair and making sure my hair was stretched out and detangled before starting off with this style. And as you guys can see, Kim is going ahead and braiding it all the way to the end, and then she's gonna go ahead and start wrapping it around the rest of my head. And when you're doing the style, you want to make sure that you have bobby pins so that you can go ahead and make sure that your braid is secured as you are wrapping it around your head. And as you guys can see, as Kim is going around and adding the bobby pins to my hair, she's also stretching the main width of the braid to make sure that it looks as natural and as full as possible. So as you are going around and bobby pinning the tail of that braid up, you want to make sure that you are stretching the braid. And also another thing I wanted to mention is that you don't have to leave the tail of the braid. You can also cut the tail of the braid so that you don't have to bobby pin as much up, so that you don't have the whole tail of the braid around your head. And as Kim is going around my head, stretching out the braid, you can see that it's giving it more of like a fluffier, fuller look versus just like a stiff regular braid. So this is an important step that you want to follow as you are creating your halo braid to make it look as full and fluffy as possible. And don't forget to stretch the back of that braid as well, because the back matters just as much as the front. And Kim also went ahead and fluffed out the tail of the braid as well, just because that will also be visible when we are bobby pinning it around my head. So you want to make sure that you fluff out that tail as well if you do opt to keep the tail of the braid on. So after she fluffed out the braid, she's just going in and bobby pinning that tail of the braid up. And as she is bobby pinning it, she is asking me if the pins are comfortable, because she did not want me to feel uncomfortable with so many pins in my head. And she's also trying to conceal the tail of the braid as much as she can by bobby pinning the tail as close as she can underneath that fluffation, so that the tail is not taking away from the main attraction of that halo braid. So after she's done pinning up that tail, she's just going in and making sure that the braid is fluffed out enough to her liking, and adding in pins anywhere where she can see the tail, you know, not as secured as it can be. And then she's gonna go in and start working on these sideburns. So she just went in and removed that twist braidation thing that we had going on. And y'all, look at this before my sideburn struggle.com. But the braid is popping though. I was really feeling like Beyonce. And then she's gonna go in with this Lotta Body setting mousse and apply it to my sideburn. She's applying a generous amount, and then she's going to go ahead and use a tail comb to create this little curl swirl majiggy. And y'all, do y'all see this curl? Like, this curl was so popping. Let me go ahead and zoom in so y'all could really see this curl, okay? I was not expecting this at all, but this curl lasted me the full duration of my hairstyle. I never had to ever go in and retouch my sideburns. So I absolutely loved this method, and it came out looking so good. And if you prefer not to leave any sideburns out, that's also an option that you have. But I just feel like the sideburns gives it more of a natural look. And if you want to spice it up even more, you can also leave like some of your edges out too. It's all up to you and what you prefer, but I just prefer to just leave the sideburns out and no edges. And now Kim is just applying a little bit of edge control to make sure those edges are laid and slayed. And this is basically the last step of this hairstyle, is just laying down those edges, making sure that you like the transition from those edges to the sideburns. But y'all, I absolutely loved this hairstyle. I received so many compliments on Instagram when I posted pictures with this hairstyle. So I already knew beforehand. I was like, let me go ahead and record this because this is me doing something different with my hair. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the final look. Make sure you guys subscribe as well as give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next upload.